Hi, my name is Marluis Margaret S. Posas. Class schedule is MW 8 o'clock to 9 a.m. under the class offering number W168. And the purpose of this activity is to perform and discuss the sport basketball and its nature of the game. The history of basketball began with its invention in 1891 in Springfield, Massachusetts by Canadian physical education instructor James Naismith as a less injury-prone sport than football. Naismith was just 31 years old graduate student when he created this indoor sport to keep athletes indoor during winter. The nature of the game, basketball, is to try to score more points than the opposing team by throwing or shooting a ball through the opening in the top of the basketball hoop with following set of rules. This game is also played between two teams of 5 players, each on a rectangular court, usually indoors. Each team tries to score by tossing the ball through the opponent's goal, an elevated horizontal hoop and net, called a basket. Dribbling. A dribbling is movement of the ball caused by a player in control who throws or taps the ball to the floor. Dribbling is also used to avoid defenders' attempt to intercept the ball. Dribbling also is bouncing the ball on the floor continuously with one hand at a time. Passing. Passing and receiving a ball allows a team to effectively move the ball quickly around the court. A team that has a player with strong passing and receiving skill will spread the defense and be hard to guard. This strength should be help create open shot, which will hopefully lead to more scoring opportunities. There are 3 different ways in passing the ball. Number 1 is the chest pass, which is to pass the ball from chest to chest. Number 2 is the overhead pass, which you pass the ball over from your head. Number 3 is the bounce pass. The bounce pass is when you use the floor in order to pass it to your teammate. Shooting is the act of attempting to score points by throwing the ball through the basket. Methods varying with player and situation. In shooting, typically a player faces the basket with both feet facing the basket. A player will rest the ball on the tip of the fingers of the dominant hand slightly above the head, with the other hand supporting the side of the ball. The ball usually shot by jumping and extended the shooting arm. The shooting arm fully extend with the wrist fully bent is intended stationary for a movement following the release of the ball, known as the follow-through. Players often try to put a steady backspin of the ball to absorb the impact of the ball in the rim. The idea trajectory of the ball shot is somewhat controversial, but generally a proper arc is recommended. Players may shoot directly into the basket or may use the backboard to redirect the ball into the basket. There are also 2 common shots, which is called the set shot and the jump shot. Both are preceded by crunching action which preloads the muscles and increases the power of the shot. Also, in this game, failure to release the ball before the feet return to the floor is considered a traveling violation or jumping. Also, a shot that is missed, both the rim and the backboard completely, referred as an air ball. Particular bad shot, or one that only hits the backboard, is drunkenly called a brick. Guarding. Guarding is a defensive act of following an opponent around the court to prevent him or her from getting an open shot position. Guarding is also the act of legally placing the body in the path of an offensive opponent. A pivot is a legal movement in which a player who is holding a live ball on the playing court steps one or more than once in any direction with the same foot, while the other foot, called the pivot foot, is kept contact with the floor. Therefore, in this sport, it is important to know and familiarize the rules, the nature of its game, and having a solid foundation in the basic skill of the sport basketball in order for you to play. That's all. Thank you.